Margot canceled her classes 6 months ago.
And 3, she's been transferring funds for the last 6 months.
This is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? All right, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be asked this question a lot. How does it feel to be the main Asian leading character in all of your acting career so far?
I really just love doing the work. I feel lucky to be still standing, really. It's been a long time in Hollywood years. So it's really exciting, and I still love working with new directors, and Anish is another young talent that I'm really very happy to be collaborating with. So yeah, I feel really fortunate to just be around this long. Oh, I feel old.
Were there any challenges from your previous acting journey from searching?
Yeah, it was tough because the movie is set on screens, and it's a thriller set on these devices that we use all the time, and the acting challenge was that it was really unlike anything I'd ever done before. It was essentially a webcam in my face, so I didn't really know what to do with it, and it took a while to sort of figure out how we were going to approach it, how I was going to approach it as a performer.
So what are your thoughts on social media?
You know, it's a fact of life today. You know, I try to discipline myself. It's tough. I want to be present in real life, IRL, but you know, it's where most of us are living today, and that's, I think, what the movie is addressing.
Would you have done the same things as David in real life if your daughter went missing?
Oh, 100%. I don't know if I would have figured out the whole password situation, but 100% I would do it. I figure I bought that computer. That's mine.
Do you have any plans after this movie?
I'm shooting a feature that hasn't been announced yet, but yeah. And I have 2 movies coming out. One's called The Oath, and one's called The Grudge.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the movie? Have you watched this movie yet?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
What if I told you 2?
2?
No. I'm going to go with 10. I really like this movie.
All right, so it's my first time doing this, but let's do this. Okay, so hi. What made you interested in casting of this Searching movie?
I needed a job, and they offered, so yeah.
You have to say Peter and yourself are alike or different?
I think I was probably Peter, back in college. Just smoking a lot of pot, not too structured in life. But I think everyone can kind of relate to Peter in that sense, where it's like we all kind of go through that stage in life.
Right.
Yeah.
You've been in the industry for a while as an artist and as an actor. If you had to choose one, what profession would you choose?
I mean, I think the dream is to just be able to split that time evenly. I mean, actually, they're both my passions, and so the beauty for me comes where I can balance that out, and they truly are counterbalances. I think so much of this side is the collaborative effort that I really enjoy, and then we all need that space to kind of die down and be to ourselves, and that's what the art side is for me. So,
what are your thoughts on social media after this movie?
We're all on it, and this is the time. So, I mean, that's the reality, and I think like anything else, that's what film's all about, and that's what cinema's all about, is people trying to capture that reality. And so, I don't know, there's not too much judgment from me other than I'm living in it, and so I just have to accept what it is.
Have you seen this movie yet?
I have.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, are you satisfied? How satisfied are you?
25.
25.
Yeah, I think people will really enjoy it. Yeah, that's honest truth either. I'm not just trying to sell the movie. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Were you already aware of the Searching being in like a social media in the final cut? Like, like everything was like in YouTube, the news was all in like social media platform. Were you aware of that, and what did you think about the whole out there?
I did not think the filmmakers would delve as deep as they did into my social media accounts for the movie, because a lot of the pictures were taken from my Facebook. I gave them full access, but I knew that it was going to take place all on screens, but the way that the filmmakers did it and told the story, it was so creative and also intuitive, the things that happen with passwords, and it just makes sense. It's like what we do on a daily basis.
My dad would do something.
Yeah.
So who is your childhood hero? From
acting?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't start acting until about 3 years ago.
Okay, all right.
But I would say when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
I thought she was so funny and cool and like beautiful, and I loved her character in Legally Blonde. So in later years, after I started acting, I watched Election. I loved her characters, Tracy Flick, and I also love Zooey Deschanel. I thought she was really great in 500 Days. Yeah.
Would you want John Cho, to be your dad in real life?
No, because my dad's awesome. Yes, because I think he's just a great dad. He's a good person. And it's funny, like the relationship we had working on set for the scenes, it felt very natural to me. I just kind of channeled the relationship I had with my father. And it's funny, my dad cracks so many jokes. Every time like pieces from the trailer come out, he's like, "You did well because I trained you your whole life." Yeah, he's like, and then in the trailer, I'm like, "Hey, Dad." "Okay, bye, Dad." And he's like, "You do that to me all the time. I'm trying to talk to you on the phone, and you're like, 'Bye, Dad.'"
That's so true. Do you think that searching will relate to a lot of younger generations out there?
Absolutely, and I think mostly to the younger generations because they're the ones using Instagram, Facebook, you know.
Do you have any advices to them as like family matters?
I guess just be careful. I think social media is a tool we use to engage and connect with our friends outside of seeing them at school or at work. And I think it's a good thing. Like the intention is good to be able to connect with people outside of seeing them. But at the same time, you need to be mindful of who you're connecting with. If you don't know that person, it could be dangerous.
What is your last Google search?
I love that one. It was actually the Henry Golding and John M. Chu Variety article. I had seen someone take a snapshot, and I was like, I need to read this right now. So that's what I Googled.
Hi, Catherine. Nice to meet you too. Oh, thank you.
If searching was about a mom was looking for their missing child, what kind of actions would you have taken?
Wow. I think the instincts of John Cho's characters were kind of on point. You know, look for friends first. You know, start small, who are the school friends, and then expand. I think that was the right instinct. I think maybe I would have probably got into all of her online life, you know, like Tumblr and all those things, maybe a little bit sooner, because I probably would just be interested in being involved with that part of her life. I don't know, it's a good question. Good question.
What are your thoughts on social media as of now, after this movie that you watched?
My thoughts on social media, I think social media is incredibly powerful, and it's a really amazing tool to do good, to spread great stories, to inspire other people. Of course, it comes with things dark things, but just like with anything else. So I actually think it's an incredibly powerful tool, and I hope that we can use it for something positive.
As an Asian American actress, is there any hardships that you overcame throughout the past years in your acting career?
Yeah, as an actor in general, you always, I think, have to overcome a lot of things. Sometimes personal, sometimes things that you have no control over. But that's also part of growth, and it's also part of this business, and it's okay.
Has your family watched this movie yet?
My husband watched Searching, but my kids have not because they're little.
Okay.
Yeah. But my niece who's 13 will come and watch it on Friday.
What did your husband think about this movie?
He loved it. Specifically my performance.
Right.
I mean, he loved it. He was very supportive, and he thought that Anish and John were an amazing combination in telling the story.
Do you have any advices for younger generations that will be watching this movie as in family matter issues, how not to keep emotions?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
Yeah. I think something I would say to younger kids is, like, your parents love you, and sometimes they are not really good at expressing that, but they're always going to be there for you. So I think it's important to have open communication, whether you do that face-to-face or through FaceTime. I hope that people just communicate more and share more. We think that when we bottle things in, we're actually doing the other person a favor because we're not burdening them. And there is like truth in that, but I actually think that the more we talk and the more we share, the more we normalize pain, and then we can all be like, oh, life sucks, but we're all in it together.
Last but not least,
Yes.
what is your last Google search?
Oh, what was my last Google search? Directions to get here.
That was a good one.
Of course, nice to meet you.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much.
I didn't know her. I didn't know my daughter.